What's up, guys? Welcome to week 3 of the Trident Valorant League. I hope you guys are having a good time. I know that we're entering a week with 2 matches instead of 1. Generally, we only allowed 1 match because we were having technical difficulties trying to assemble everybody, the administration, all that. But we're finally getting the hang of things, and we still have most, if not all, of the teams who were planning to compete. No one has left. Everyone's having a good time. So if you have any questions about what's going on, please feel free to ask me because I'm happy to answer any of the concerns that you have coming up. I know that this can be complicated, and one thing I'm planning to do as well is go through Battlefy and show you where you will actually be able to find the match that you have, because I know that there was a lot of confusion before with previous teams trying to figure out if it was round 1 or round 2. But the most important thing is that we are creating new match brackets every week because we're testing it out. We want to see what works best for 100 teams every week. We're going to keep growing. We keep getting bigger. I mean, we have over 1,000 Discord members for our league, even though there have been 550 players for this one. So be sure to be ready for that next league because we're going to have, I guess that's 200 teams. And hopefully the prize will be bigger. Hopefully the reward will be bigger, and you'll have a better time, a better community. So please feel free to ask any questions that you have. I'm happy to answer anything. And I'm trying to think of what else I should also include. I hope that everybody's communicating with their admins before the match, because I've asked 30 admin, no, 15 admins who are involved to reach out to each team. If they haven't, be sure to check out that Google Doc that I've created that includes the first round of matches. You can also find your match on Battlefy. Again, I'll show you where you can go to find your match because we revise everything every week because we need to test everything out. Let's see, what else? As for the Killjoy situation, Killjoy will not be used, and we will not be playing on Ascent because Ascent is apparently having some kind of update or issues, and Killjoy is apparently an unbalanced character at the moment because she's a recent addition, and Valorant is still in the process of trying to figure out how to even out matches. I'm following the discretion of Pip and Updown, who will hopefully be commentating tomorrow. I haven't heard from him yet, but I believe he will. I also want to mention that we're going to have 2 commentators tomorrow, Updown and AZ. He will also be on his Twitch, and I'll be just broadcasting between the 2. And over time, we'll just keep getting more commentators who will be involved, and it'll be really fun, very exciting. And on that note, I'm going to actually switch to... Oh, the mic is choppy? Oh, bummer. That's great. Maybe it's because I'm not close enough to it. Can you hear me now? Okay, I was told to keep going. Okay, I'm going to quickly move to my computer now, and we're going to actually do a browse capture of Battlefy so I can show you guys what we need to do for tomorrow. I know that everyone's confused, so I thought I'd walk everybody through. So really quick, I'm going to go back to my overlay that's sort of like a transition. So give me 1 second. All right, guys. Can you hear me okay? Oh, wait, hang on. Can you guys hear me okay? Okay, we should be good now. So I want to quickly go through BattleFi to tell you guys where you're going to be finding your matches and where you're going to send your screenshot, because there was a lot of confusion last time. I hope this clears things up. It's actually a very simple process. It's merely complicated because we have so many teams that are involved. So I have to walk through this as a way to ensure that all the players know what they're doing. So if you go to the tag Valorant 5v5 League, you're going to see up top overview, participants, brackets. Now, brackets is where you're going to want to go. Now, you'll see that there's late entry matches on January 24th, league matches July 31st, not January. But the one that I need you guys to pay attention to is week 3, 8 p.m., week 3, 8:45, week 3, 9:30, week 3, 10:15, 11 p.m., and so on and so forth. So that's where you're going to be looking this week. As you can see, there are a bunch of matches that have already been set up. So if you're, say, at the 8 o'clock time, you're going to double click the match that you have, and you're going to see the match, more specifically the score. You can report an issue, but most importantly, report your score. And you're going to do that by sending a screenshot in this area to say, hey, the match happened. This is what we're doing. Oh, there's a mic problem still. How about now? Is the Okay, so sorry about that. Let me go through this one more time. So just going back to brackets, if you go to brackets at the league page, you're going to see week 3, 8 p.m. matches Eastern time, 8:45, 9:30, 10:15, 11 p.m. Eastern time. All basically specifying the match times for tomorrow. So right now we're in the 8 p.m. Eastern time match. You're going to click the match that you have. So if you see your team name and you're going to see that you're going up against somebody, you're going to double click that match. So let's pick Whoop Esports. Double click it. So this will be round 1, match 2. Hang on, let me make sure that's right, actually. Hang on. Yeah, that's what we do. So in this area, you're going to send your screenshot of the score after your match. As simple as that. This is where you do it. No need to overcomplicate things. Just think of it as having file folders on your desktop, and you need to send the screenshot of your match to this folder. This is your folder for the night. This is all you have to do. So other than that, it's a pretty straightforward process. And also, as for Discord, make sure that you're talking to the staff and ask and figure out who you're supposed to talk to in terms of admin, so they can help facilitate the match. They're not going to be spectating this time, but they have the option to spectate if they so choose. Again, it's just that we have so many teams. It's not a matter of making the admins have to do so much for you guys. We need the teams to take responsibility, be fair, be loyal, be honest. And if there are any discrepancies that arise, we can always challenge anything that comes up. Again, to emphasize, we're not using Ascent, and we will not have Killjoy. So you can't find your team Los. Okay, so if you go to the Google Doc, which I'll show you guys, it'll also produce a list of teams. So if you see this, these are all the teams that are playing. If your name is not there, you need to contact the BattleFi organizer to figure out what's going on. I'm pretty sure I know which team you are, Exanon. I wonder where you went. I'm not sure where you went. But this Google Doc is equally as important because you'll see who the admins are who will be responsible for these particular matches. Other than that, that's it. It's very straightforward. There's no need to overcomplicate things. I think that we're going to have a great time. It'll be another great week of matches. We'll have more commentary. And that's about it. Does anyone have any questions? Thank you, Spectroscopes. Yeah, this should go much smoother than previous weeks. I want to walk you guys through kind of what I do also from a just organizing standpoint. Let's see. Actually, let's pick. So what I usually do is I actually provide an admin guide for all the admin involved, and there's a 3-day process that you have to go through to contact teams and players. Hopefully admin are doing this. I know it's tedious, but it's the only way we can really keep everybody around to ensure that we have everybody entering when they should. So I use an admin guide to teach the admins how to reach out to players. Then I have a schedule to be able to conduct admin coordination. Then Battlefy is a way to bring everybody together to ensure that the teams provide the appropriate scores, and then we can do the necessary calculations to determine the top 8 who go into the playoffs. I'm not sure yet if top 8 is next week or week 5. I'm pretty sure playoffs will be next week. So depending on the performance of all the teams, we will pick the 8 teams who will be in the playoffs and we'll see who wins or wins any of the $300 prize pool. So that'll be really fun. Very excited for that. Let's see what else. I think that's it. I actually think that's totally it. Just make sure that you don't play with Killjoy and you don't use Ascent as a map. Play fairly. Don't do anything stupid. That's to put that fairly or simply. And if anyone has any questions, feel free to message me on Discord. I'm always around trying to help get ready for this. And if you want to help, please let me know too. Happy to have you as an admin. And on that note, yeah, of course, Exanon. I hope that helped people. I know that this can be really complicated. It's really my goal to make a new tournament platform. I'm honestly tired of how terrible esports tournament platforms are. I'm happy that we get the opportunity to use these platforms, yet I'm so frustrated that it's so hard for beginner esports players. So I will be definitely making a platform in the coming months to make sure that we can make this something special, even more special than it is. So anyway, thanks so much for your time. Hope everybody gets the chance to watch this. Please tell your friends about this league. We keep getting bigger. We've got like 1,200 players. So for Valorant, and Call of Duty will be coming up in the coming weeks. We're going to start with a 2-week scrim before the tournament starts, so we see teams that are actually involved. Oh yeah, good point. You know what? I actually haven't finished this yet. So what's going to happen is, so you see go to your bracket section. So for round 2, you're going to go to your bracket section, and it's going to be round 2. See how it says generate round 2? As soon as all of the teams play and we see who wins and who loses, the bracket will be generated according to who wins and who doesn't. So it's a way to fairly assess the best teams in the league. So just stick to the bracket time that you have and go from round 1 to see your initial matches, and then just go to round 2 to see the next round. That's all. It's nothing crazy, nothing out there are ridiculous. And admins should help you as well. I would also note, yeah, no worries. Thank you, Spectre. I forgot. It's been a long day for me working on a bunch of stuff. I also want to note and emphasize that all the teams should have their Riot IDs in their roster. See, we have their team captains should have their Riot ID. So that's a really important thing that we emphasize. See, you'll be able to pair up with these players quickly. And hopefully you know how to obviously add friends on Valorant. If you've gotten this far in the league, you understand that. If they don't have their Riot ID on their roster, please go to the Discord. Check the team captains check-in from last week. That's a helpful resource to see teams that have checked in. Also, just feel free to message in general. So I have a question. So in Battle 5, the thing it says I verse someone else, but my Madden Sumabriga said I'm versing someone else. Okay, so probably what happened was there were slight changes in Battle 5. So stick to what Battle 5 says, because we had a problem like that this morning too. There was like a sudden rearrangement of teams. I swear to you, this happened last week also. Are you No Jack? Who's your team? Jake. You're tag 4? Okay. So tag 4. I don't see it. I'm blind. Okay. So tag 4 says you're 845 playing Trentina. So I'm going to assume it changed because this has happened before. So anyway, to see where you are, go to Battlefy, tag 4, Trentina. So remember that there are several matches. Thank you for, I'm not sure what happened there actually. I think that was a follow, but thank you. Thank you to whoever did that. I got to create that that animation. I have it on my other one. Thank you. Now there's just going to be a mysterious ping. Thank you, Exanon. I was like, oh, crap. So that's, yeah. So Jake, you are playing Trentina. League stuff. Yeah, Suma might be just looking at the wrong document. Again, just to also help explain things. This is the first time we've run a league, and we happen to be the biggest league out there for beginner esports athletes. So what has happened over the course of these 3 weeks is that we were trying to experiment to see the most effective way to run a league. So the first week was a mess because I was jumping around all over the place and totally messed up my stream at the beginning and then was having technical difficulties. The second week was much better. And this week we're going to be 1,000 times better because players are now loyal to the league. They know that this is a place where you can play other competitive teams. So there are moments where we have technical difficulties and there may be some form of miscommunication. That's on me entirely. I'll take responsibility for that. No problem. So if anything like that ever does happen, never be afraid to speak up. Just say, hey, be nice about it. I'm noticing that on Battlefy, it says I'm playing this team. In the Google Doc, it says I'm playing this other team. Do you mind clarifying? Because, again, as I mentioned, Battlefy sometimes just literally generates things randomly, as the Google Doc is consistent, but, with Battlefy, you never know. So that's why it's important to have an admin, because an admin helps you Make sure that you're playing the right team, you're coordinating everything, there's no bad behavior. And this time they won't be doing as much, but they'll be there in the event anything were to happen. Just make sure to screenshot and send it in your chat on Battle5. So let's just pick your match. Tag for Trentina, right, Jake? So this is your match. You have these two guys. Trentina, I'm pretty sure, too, responds. I don't know where they've been, but it just happens. And then you'll screenshot in this area, in the private or in the match chat. I think there's another feature, too, where it says, like, you know, to post your screenshot. I just don't have that open yet because I'm not on the other side. So does that make sense? Is that helpful? Anyone else happy about that? Any questions? I know this can be complicated, so I'm not trying to, you know, make things difficult for you. All right, cool. Seems like we're good. So on that note, I hope everybody has a great night. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this. Hopefully the technical difficulties aren't unbearable during the during a replay or like a recast. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Best of luck. Practice. Get excited. Should be fun. Another week. 2 games tomorrow. Remember, there are 2 games tomorrow. And if anyone's having problems tomorrow, but you all also understand what's going on, feel free to give out a helping hand to make sure that all the teams are able to play effectively, accordingly, and well. So on that note, have a great night. Thank you so much. I'll